Judges 2:6. And Joshua sent the people away, and the sons of Israel each went to his inheritance to possess the land. You know, God's promises finally came through. Sometimes we gotta wait. Sometimes God's promises don't come in our life, but they're going to come true because they're His promises. Philippians 3:5-7. Philippians 3:5-7. Yes, okay. Circumcision the 8th day of the stock. Circumcision the 8th day of the stock of Israel, of the tribe of Benjamin, a Hebrew of Hebrews, as touching the law, a Pharisee. Now Paul at this time is trying to prove, hey, I did the Jewish way. You think you're good? You think you're living by the law? Look at how I was. He was circumcised on the 8th day. This was done for those who were Jewish, those who were born Jewish. The Gentiles did not do this at this particular time. So by doing this on the 8th day as God instructed, it was saying, hey, he was born Jew. He was born in the tribe of Benjamin. He became a Pharisee, which were the followers of the most strict law of God of the day. They were the most supposedly high ranked. They were viewed little in the eyes of God because they were very prideful people who needed God the most. Because of their pride. They did not have the ability to serving God. They had a pride in the way they carried themselves. Paul lived a life where he thought he's keeping up with what God wanted. Paul's like, you talk about your works, what you do, and listen to what I did. It amounts to nothing if you don't have Christ. He's giving the build-up. Verse 6. As touching zeal, persecuting the church, as touching the righteousness which is in the law, found blameless. Because Paul was who he was. He hated those who called to do something different. We as Christians should not hate those that are lost, but try to convict them. Try to reach them to allow the Holy Spirit to convict them. We should tell them that the way they're doing is wrong, but we shouldn't hate them. We should do it out of a love. Paul persecuting Christians was out of a hate. And Christians never really aim to bring down the Pharisaical way of life. They just aim to proclaim the gospel of Christ, which offended Paul. And because of that, he thought it was his duty to go after these Christians, to have them killed. Paul's giving a testimony here. Each of us who are followers of Christ have a testimony. We don't need to share the bad, do good. We also need to share the times that God got us through to bring us to Him. Because Paul's story may help many. The fact that Paul was what he was, and God used him to be what he is. It shows that God had Paul. Paul was in one area, doing his thing. When God took him, He made him something completely different than what he originally was. It's encouragement that God, we ain't too outside of what God does. We ain't too far gone that God can't use us. It's encouragement. Testimonies are often given to encourage others, and Paul was giving his to encourage, not to proclaim, not to brag about himself, but to encourage others.